I'm Chef Jasper, and today we're in the kitchen doing some Valentine's Day surf and turf. Let's start with a little bit of turf. How about this? Some Kansas City strip steaks. They are absolutely beautiful. First, we need to season them with a little bit of salt, a little bit of cracked pepper, of course. I like to kind of pat that pepper into the meat there. Need that salt to really bring out that flavor, and of course the pepper gives it a nice sear when we're doing it in the pan with the butter. Like I said, be generous with this. And let's start with a little bit of butter in the pan. About a tablespoon. Don't worry, it's gonna brown, we're okay. That's what we want. This is getting a good sear on. That's what we're doing right now. Lower your heat a little bit. And while that's cooking, let's start chopping some shallots. All right. I like to get my shallots, slice it a couple times. And now, we don't really want to mince it, because I want to taste that shallot. I want some little bites of that shallot when I'm eating. And we could puree it. Some people like to do that, and if you're just looking for flavor, but really this is all we need. And we're really just about ready to give that steak a first turn after this nice sear. All right. Wow, look at that nice sear we have. And scrape the bottom of that pan. Those pan juices are going to give this a lot of flavor. Now, at this time, we want to add our shallots. This is just like what I call finishing the steak off. And as those cook down and really start to almost melt. Wow, you can really smell this. Simple, just, you want to cook inside, this is the way to do it. So a lot of people talk about reverse sear. A lot of people do the steaks first in the oven and then put them in the pan to get a nice crispy crust. You could do it just like this. We're going to bring it to about 125 to 130 degrees for a nice medium rare. You can even do a peppercorn sauce, something very quickly. Add a little Worcestershire and some brandy and some pepper if you want to. But we're just looking to cook these steaks and give them some great flavor. And then when we cook our lobster, we're going to top it with a little bit of champagne and some more. And finish it with a little butter and lemon. That's going to be nice. So that'll be more of our sauce, especially with some pink peppercorns. When you see this fat along the edge right here, starting to render and starting to cook down, you really know you have a great steak, and that's where our flavor is coming from, of course, right now with our pan juices. But also, you could start seeing, we're about, 75% there at this point. And we'll just let these continue to cook. All right, our steaks are just absolutely perfect at this point. Let's just plate them. I do not want to throw these shallots away, so let's put them right on top of the meat here, because seriously, this is where all our flavor's at. That's what we're looking for. Anybody can cook a steak and lobster. It's building the recipe and the flavors all come out when you do it in layers like we're doing here. All right, let's turn the heat up just a little bit here. And at this point, we're going to add a little bit of butter to the pan. So, you know, this is up to you with how much butter you want in here. We need to saute these. Need to get a little flavor. So I will add another little chunk of butter here. But instead, right now, look at this. This is what we want to do. This is not difficult. Now just leave it right there. In the meantime, let's get these beautiful lobster tails. Okay, get your lobster tail. Here's a little trick. Get some kitchen shears. Slide them right above the meat and crack them. Okay, at this point, we open them up. We didn't disturb the meat too much. And you're going to have to really kind of get under there to get that meat and just kind of slide your finger or a knife right along the sides of that shell. A spoon will do this also. Okay, so now you see what I'm doing. I'm preserving this shell because I want to save it for later on and decorate my plate with it. You don't have to do this at home, believe me. And now we just pull that tail right out of there. Look at that. Not losing any meat. I'm being very conservative because I don't want to lose any of the meat in the bottom either. So I'm kind of pulling down all the way here. And there you have it. You don't want to tear it. So now we have the lobster tail intact. Let's put our pan back here. We have some lemon juice. Of course, we're going to finish it with a little bit of butter. But before we do anything, I have here my absolute favorite. You see me all the time using these different spice mixes. But you know what? Some Old Bay right on top. It's going to also help with the sear. And no salt needed in this one here. Watch what we do here. Just put that in there. These lobster tails cook very, very quickly. Gonna put that back together there. Get ready for your lemon juice. I think we're about a minute into this, and we'll turn these over. But one thing here now, I want to tell you, you can put a little peppercorn on top now. But really, we're looking for the flavor in the peppercorn in the sauce. No salt needed right here. Let's turn these over. Oh yeah, look at that. At this point, wow, that's where it's at. So don't forget, let's put our shell in here at this point. Watch it turn red here. If not, you can steam it, but it'll work just as well this way. And here is where I start making my sauce. A little bit of lemon juice into the pan. Gives some great flavor. What are we doing? What I told you earlier. We're building layers. That's where our flavor's coming. So that lemon juice now is going into that lobster tail. All within a couple of minutes. Now we'll add our red peppercorns. Add a little more if you like. Look at our tail starting to turn. There we go. That's giving it a little flavor too. Almost like a stock. Look what we have here. The lemon juice, the butter, the pan drippings. Now it's time. Pop a bottle of champagne and get this sauce finished. All right, let's pop this champagne. Get this party started. It's Valentine's Day. You're cooking at home. You want an easy recipe. You don't want an accident to happen. Point the champagne bottle this way where no one's around. I'm telling you right now. I can tell you from experience. Put that back on the stove. Reduce that pan. Now we're talking. Some fresh tarragon. Giving it some flavor. And we're going to finish with one more little chunk of butter at the end. This is going to kind of thicken up everything. That lobster tail I told you was going to turn colors. You want that nice orange-red color. Let's take these tails off. Put our shell on the plate. Overlap those lobster tails right on top. And just let our sauce reduce for about a minute. All right, our sauce has reduced down. Our butter is really thickening it up, but look at all these pan drippings down, along with that fresh tarragon. Finish with a little bit of parsley. And let's pour it right on top here. Talk about delicious. An easy recipe that I would be honored to serve my sweetheart. Brought to you by Hen House Markets.